A few days ago, I asked you guys who you think Arsenal's most important player is. And by the looks of this poll, Martin Ødegaard won by a huge distance. And although I don't think anybody can be labelled as the most important Arsenal player, but I just thought since it's international break and international football is really boring, especially with the type of football Southgate is playing, that I'd go into detail why Martin Ødegaard might be Arsenal's most important player. Before I begin, it would be much appreciated if you can hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications and drop this video a fat thumbs up. Without further ado, let's begin. When you talk about importance, you're often thinking about leaders, and Martin Ødegaard is quite literally the captain of Arsenal. His presence alone just gives a different type of energy that any other player wouldn't perhaps offer. Seeing the number 8 of Arsenal on the pitch, constructing players where to be, whipping up the crowd on a regular basis is something which is subtle but makes a huge difference to the way we play and the way that fans are involved in the game. I don't think any other player could add the energy he does. This quality is just so personal to Martin Ødegaard, the number 8 who plays for Arsenal and captains them. Furthermore, I think the technical level Martin Ødegaard plays football at is just a trait which may not produce output but is so important. The little shimmies he does and the way he creates space for himself with and without the ball is just ridiculous. I saw a tweet which said Martin Ødegaard is the best pockets player in the world, and I had to agree. It's not often that you find Martin Ødegaard in a tight spot, as he is able to find space pretty much anywhere and dribble out of it with ease. And although we have technical players like Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Jesus, it just hits different when Martin Ødegaard does it. He quite literally is a magician, and you feel a massive gap whenever he's not playing or if he's not playing at his best. Particularly at the start of this season when he was a bit rocky, he didn't really have the confidence to do his little shimmies and evade space with beautiful tight control. And that impacted the whole team, because essentially everything goes through Martin Ødegaard in an attacking and creative sense. The stats from last season in particular show this. In a league which has creative demons like Trent Alexander-Arnold and Kevin De Bruyne, to see Martin Ødegaard even ranking first and second in terms of chances created from open play and chances from ball carries is just incredible. This sort of individual ability can't be found in other areas in the squad. Maybe Fabio Vieira and Smith Rowe can offer this quality, but I feel like consistency is what makes Martin Ødegaard so important. He pretty much drops 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10s so regularly. And then when he doesn't, it really does impact the whole team's performance. That stat of possession won in the final third from PL midfielders is really key to why Martin Ødegaard is our most important player. The way he constantly presses is not something you can get from any other player in our squad. He is so pivotal to our system. He is the press starter and everybody follows him. He sets the tone. If you were to remove him from this, you'd find Arsenal would be much easier to carve open. And that's not disrespect to the other options we have behind Martin, but the way he does it is something not many players in world football would be able to replicate. It's not just last season where he's had incredible stats, even this season, being the first player across Europe's top divisions to get 50+ chances created from open play. And it's his progressive nature which is so impressive, as he also ranks first for successful passes into the penalty area and through balls played across Europe's top 7 divisions. It just really is ridiculous. He has both the output and statistical lure, but then he also has the aesthetics and technical ability which just makes you want to watch him week in, week out. I think another thing which makes Martin Ødegaard so important, not from a football perspective but from a marketable perspective, he came at such a young age to join Real Madrid and had the whole world watching him. Everyone was so expectant and had just ridiculous expectations on Martin Ødegaard. So the global pull towards seeing Martin Ødegaard ball out for Arsenal week in, week out is something which we can't have through our other players. You even see rival fans loving Martin Ødegaard. I'd probably say amongst rival fans, he's the Arsenal player which they all seem to love and enjoy watching, ahead of the likes of Saka and Declan Rice. And you need a player like that in your starting 11, somebody who has the respect of most people that watch him. He also just gets on with his life outside of football as well. You never see him in the news for any mishaps. And that is so important, as he sets an example to those around him. Those through the academy look towards Martin Ødegaard, the Arsenal captain who plays week in, week out, as somebody that focuses on his football and wants the best for the club, both showing it outside but on the pitch too, which is an underrated quality to have when we look at importance to the club as a whole, both on and off the pitch. I think the scary thing is that at 25, Martin Ødegaard can only get better. There still is so many areas of his game which he would even admit that he needs to improve on, whether that be out of possession or in possession of the ball. He has that willingness and drive to keep on getting better, this sort of Ronaldo mentality. And I guess his experience as a professional footballer and starting at such a young age has built him to have that mentality. Who would have thought the boy from Real Madrid would be the Arsenal captain one day, leading them to one of the most successful eras, most likely, that the club has ever had. So to conclude, although I think Mikel Arteta has built a team that doesn't rely on individual ability and the role of one singular player, Martin Ødegaard's influence both on the pitch as a fantastic footballer and captain, but off the pitch as well as an example, may be enough to say that he is the most important player for Arsenal. But anyway, that's it for now, Gunners. Please like, subscribe and turn on notifications to not miss a video like this again. Peace.